This is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for the 2021 Boys State Hockey Tournament. Boys State Hockey is brought to you by First National Bank, Envirotech, Taco John's, and Zander Auto Parts. And also by Fisher Rounds, Kubota, Dakota Land, The Clubhouse and Pier, Weatherall, and Herman's and Endodontics. Boys State Hockey Tournament coverage is also brought to you by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Fastenal, Tickled Pink, the Shields Iceplex, Midwest Hockey TV, and Grey Goose Store and Social Club. State Tournament hockey coverage is also brought to you by Leisure Palace Pools and Spa, Reliabank, Pelican Power Sports, Pizza Ranch, and Sunmasters. And now with the call of the action, here's Jeff Anderson, Jim Lloyd, and John Winkler.
And we welcome you back in the Shields Iceplex for the final game of the day and the final time we play in the Shields Iceplex for the 2020-2021 season, as the Brookings Rangers will look to be the team to meet the Rushmore Thunder in the state tournament. However, the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers, the 4 seed, will be looking for that first time this tournament that we're seeing a team beat someone after being beaten twice in the regular season.
And that's been the theme all through this tournament.
The team that's won all 3 games, and now if that would be the case, if Brookings would win, then we'll see for the first time a team that's split with the opponent. I guess whatever happens with Brookings in this game, they're going to play a team they split with in the third place or championship game. But that would be that's wild to see that we have not seen a team that has lost twice in the regular season been able to win against the team that they're playing against.
This has been a wild day of hockey.
It has been.
It's been 3 great games, and we have the last one was as good as you'll ever see, and we have another one coming up here.
Yeah, if you did not see that last game, do yourself a favor after we're done with this. Even though you know the answer to who wins the game, do yourself a favor, go back and watch that hockey game, because that's the case. That is not a great hockey game.
Yeah, neither team was going to bend, and I told you that right after the fact, but I had this feeling in regulation that Rushmore was going to tie it up. I just had this feeling it was going to go into overtime. Then, of course, it went into 2 overtimes with Rushmore winning. But yeah, what a game. Get onto YouTube, Capital City Rocks Sports YouTube, and take a look at that game. It's worth seeing.
It'll be one that again, all these games are archived on YouTube. If you didn't get a chance to watch day 1, you can go back and watch all of day 1. You can
do the whole day.
Yeah, you can go back and watch all of the girls' state tournament as well.
And you might want to shut your radio off because we're going to review some of them games today.
That's right, yeah. Well, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Still listen.
No, we're not going to shoot that.
Yeah. Just go back and watch the game. Yeah, you know the outcome, but go back and watch it, because that's some really good hockey that we've seen in all 3 games so far today. And we're hoping that this 4th game, and I'm expecting the 4th game to be just as good as the first 3 have been.
I don't know. I kind of look at this and I go, this could be a letdown. After the first 3 games today, I mean, it kind of could.
I mean, it could.
This could be a 6-1 final, or a 6-1 score.
I will say that it could be a letdown, but at the same time, after that last game, I think almost anything would be a letdown, because a 2 overtime thriller like that, you almost need another overtime game to try and keep up with what we just saw.
Well, and we had those early games today. Those were kind of the games that we were supposed to kind of just get through. And we didn't. It wasn't like that for either one of those.
Yeah, we had a 7-1 game that turned into a 7-6 game at one point.
Yep.
And Sioux Center ended up winning 8-6, and then Sioux Falls got a 2-1 win after the game was scoreless with under 10 minutes to play in the third period. And then, of course, we saw that last game saw 3 lead changes. Rushmore took a 1-0 lead. The Caps took a 2-1 lead. Rushmore took a 3-2 lead. And then the Caps took a 4-3 lead, and they tied it up in the last 30 seconds to tie the game up.
29 seconds to be exact, 29.7.
And then went 40 seconds into double overtime to get the winner. The Rushmore scored. Alec Humke got the game winner, and that's a memory that Alec Humke will remember. that's one that will keep with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's always nice to be on the right side of that one. And there's certain guys in that game, and we saw it on both sides, the Capitals and the Rushmore. There was both of those teams have some really strong leaders, and they were wanting the puck, and Humke was one of them.
Yeah, and that's, and we're going to see a lot of guys in this game for both teams that want the puck a lot. They are going to find themselves in the spot to get the puck. They don't want the puck and because they're not working hard for it. They want the puck because they are working hard for it.
We're going to see the state's number one scorer in Max Jeldon.
Yeah.
And
very smooth.
He's fun to watch. He is fun to watch, and we've said it before, when he shoots the puck, something's different about his shot. And I think it either comes off his stick a little different than the rest of the guys. It's got maybe a little bit more speed. And then the other thing is that he can put that thing wherever he wants. He's fun to watch.
The one thing that I was talking about fun to watch, the Zamboni driver's having a lot of fun right now. I believe that might be Derek down there, the Zamboni driver. They're not saying much, bad things about him, but they're trying to get his attention. He's been having fun with the crowd too. It's a lonely, you're all by yourself. Everybody's watching you Zamboni the ice right now before a state semifinal game. You don't usually have this big of a crowd.
No.
And this is a great crowd. I mean, people are lined up from one end to the other for the Sioux Falls side, and then you're looking over at Brookings. I don't see an empty spot anywhere around here for Brookings, and they're lined up all the way around as well. And there's people lined up behind. There's people all over the place here.
Well, and there's this holds 900 people.
Yeah, the 1,300 max, but 900 people with COVID.
Today.
Yeah. And they are probably almost at the brink of 900. They might have to turn people away from this game because this is a big crowd here at the Shields Iceplex.
And we had a big crowd the last game.
Yeah,
and this is all great for South Dakota amateur hockey.
Absolutely, 100%. This is great to see. And just think about next year whenever, and we hope that all the COVID restrictions will be lifted by then. Yeah, and we get to have a full packed house somewhere, whether it's the Shields or wherever it might be at. That's going to be even more fun because I don't see this not continuing to grow more and more as we get farther in the year of 2021 into 2022.
We might just have to build another arena that holds 30,000 so we can get them all in.
Hey, I'd be good with that. As long as the press box is nice. No.
This is a fantastic facility. 3 full sheets of ice. All 3 sheets go all year round. We heard from Brian, who manages this facility.
Does a great job.
They've done it right in this place.
Yeah,
it's a great place for a tournament like this. Out in the lobby, there's plenty of room for everybody to walk around, to bring in all these people at once. And they're doing a little bit different than normal because of COVID, of course. They're checking people into each side and clearing the arena out. But what a nice facility. And I'm not so sure if you didn't have a facility like this that we would be able to handle the restrictions that are in place. I don't know another facility that would do it.
It is the Brookings Rangers and Sioux Falls 2 Flyers coming up. We got to take our break before we get started here. Back with the puck drop after this on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSTR, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Hey, hockey fans, before or after the game, come on out to Grey Goose Store and Social Club. Dine in, carry out, stop by for refreshments. Fill up your tank with quality fuel. We've got it all at Grey Goose Store and Social Club, just off of Grey Goose Road, behind the red line of the capital city. Go Capitals!
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Ladies and gentlemen, the designated Brookings Rangers home team, starting off, number 5, has the right, second has the lead. Number 6, Jameson Hong. Number 19, Ike Johnson. Number 20, Talon Richter. Number 21, Greg Khrushchev. And in goal, number 39, Cade Ritter.
Well, if you didn't hear those starting lineups because the crowd is so loud, we have them for you for the Sioux Falls Flyers we didn't get to right in time. Sioux Falls has Brock Malwitz, Zach Vockler, and Max Moore, the starting forwards. Kate Edwards, John Matheson, the starting defenseman, and it is Ryan Flanagan, the goalie, for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. For the Brookings Rangers, it is Max Jeldon, Ashton Whitty, and Zach Strick Talon Richter on the forward line, and then Jameson Honkob and Ike Johnson are the 2 defensemen, along with their goalie and Cade Brecker. So
on paper, this is the number 1 team in the state. They come into this tournament the number 1 ranked Brookings Rangers against a 4 seed, Sioux Falls 2.
Sioux Falls 2 started out the year, they won 15 games, but they started out the year 11-0.
Yeah.
They started out on fire. And they kind of cooled off towards the end of the year, but they got the big win against Sioux Falls 1, 5-1 yesterday, and are now here tonight against Brookings for a chance for the state championship. We are underway as the face-off was won by the Brookings Rangers. We'll see how quickly the nerves go away from these teams as Breck Hershoff will dump it in. He was on the starting line with Max Jeldon and Ashton Whitty. Ashton Whitty along with Talon Richter and Breck Hershoff for the starters. As it's going to be out by Brock Malwitz towards the blue line, but not out of the zone, and then finally fished out by Vockler. That one was a dump-in that got blocked off of Malwitz, and it came back for Moore. Moore will play it over for Vockler, and he'll carry it in the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Vockler will try and swing wide. He gets checked towards the board, stayed on his skates, and then he'll get pushed into the boards in the corner, and then towards the blue line and out of the zone, and be played back for Evan Eberspacher. And Evan Spocker will dump it back in as the first line of defense has been changed here for the Sioux Falls Flyers. That pass looking for Jeldon, and it'll come all the way on net. And Flanagan will make the quick stop and for the whistle. Jeldon got behind the defense and tried to lift the stick on the pass to get a breakaway. He did lift the stick, just didn't get the pass.
What a great crowd.
Absolutely. What a fantastic crowd to close out day 2 of this state hockey tournament. Tomorrow we'll be at the Denny Sanford Premier Center as the backhand pass over from Anthony Volland. It'll come back for Jack Sievert and out of the zone by the Sioux Falls Flyers. They'll dump it back in, delayed offside. They'll tag up. And Ryan Flanagan back from behind the net. He won the game yesterday afternoon against Sioux Falls 1. There's a hand pass, or trying to attempt to be a hand pass, but it was played first by Sioux Falls 2. And then it'll be thrown back in by Logan Bortnam. I love the last names on the jerseys here at Brookings Rangers. Don't have to even look down to my sheet, just look at the back name. Here's Jack Sievert as he'll carry it in the neutral zone. Trying to get over for Anthony Volland. Instead, it's going to be back for Ike Johnson. It's going to be that one is for Alec Rice, and then dump back in. Rice wearing number 9, Ike Johnson wearing number 19. Behind the nets, Brookings has it. Back out for Rice. His shot square on, and a save made by Flanagan. That's their first shot of the game. Could be second shot of the game. Now here's the other way for Jorgen Corey. Corey got his pocket picked, and now the Brookings Rangers will look to go the other way. Up for Hershoff, just missing his stick. Max Moore will play it back, and the pass will go across for John Matheson. And Matheson play it back for Cade Edwards. And here is Edwards right up the ice, but turns it over to Ashton Whitty. And then it was taken away by Corey. And looking to go 3-on-2, but they couldn't get the pass away to Ike Johnson. And then now Kate Edwards will throw it back towards the Brookings bench where the Rangers are making a change. Jameson Honkamp took a high hit from number 44, Brock Malwitz. Another pass goes back over for Malwitz. They'll try and push Ike Johnson away. Johnson's got a nice flow to him. The hockey hair is good for Ike Johnson. It'll be played back in the attacking end. Here is Vockler again. Vockler will turn with it. His shot got knocked down by Malwitz, so he's trying to take possession of it, but it'll be played back around. Here is now Jack Sievert back again in front of the net. Pass goes all the way through, comes all the way back. There's a shot that gets blocked down. A backhander from Vockler will be played back from Sievert. Now here's a chance at a save made by Brecker, come off the stick of Max Moore.
It looks early on as though Sioux Falls 2 would like to be physical with Brookings and kind of slow them down a little bit.
Well, I think you kind of have to do that with Brookings because they have so much speed. You do have to slow them down somehow.
It'll be played around. Here is Eberspacher. That shot gets blocked down, and here's Jeldon off to the races. Max Jeldon on a breakaway. He fans on a shot. His second chance, and a glove save made by Ryan Flanagan.
Max Jeldon's a little upset with himself.
Yeah.
He fanned on it. I've never seen Max Jeldon fan on a shot in all my life.
And he's still got another chance, another good
he's
look
still
at
got
it.
a great shot.
13:51 left to go. And there's a buzz in this crowd that has already gotten everybody. This is the first period. We're not even 3 minutes in this hockey game. We are 3 minutes in the hockey game, but not 4 minutes in the hockey game. And we feel like we're in the third period. Must be that double overtime game that's got everybody, all their tension high. Or maybe it's just a state semifinal game. Kate Edwards has it behind the net. Or both.
Or at least the radio guys anyway.
Here's Kate Edwards a pass. The crowd kind of gets me going a little bit here. That one's all the way down. It will not be an icing. Trenton Peterson will get to it. Josh Peterson wears number 3 for Sioux Falls 2. Trenton Peterson for Brookings got the puck. And it'll be played back around. Peterson is P-E-D-E-R-S-O-N. And Peterson for Sioux Falls 2 is P-E-T-E-R-S-O-N. Just in case you didn't know how to spell it.
Not to confuse the issue.
Exactly. Here comes the Brookings Rangers, and here coming in will be Peterson with a shot. Save made. The rebound will go wide. A rebound chance. That one came across. That one was played by Talon Richter. Here's a turnover. Ashton Whitty couldn't get a shot away. And it'll be played out towards the blue line. Not out. Peterson with another shot that got blocked. And back here's Sievert. Sievert from the near side. And he lost the puck. He couldn't get it out of the zone again. Is Nick Lohr the captain? He will fight for it, but he'll be played around. So far, we've seen a lot of Brookings zone time. Here's Owen Schneider. He'll pass it around looking for, that's number 21, Breck Hershoff. 12:25 to go here in the first period. No score, 4-1 in shots. As Sioux Falls 2 is trying to get the puck out of their own end. They haven't been able to do it for the last probably a minute, and they finally do after it was almost turned over again. And now Sioux Falls 2, a pass across. That one was coming from number 29, Corey Perdames. And then Perdames will give it back over for Eberspacher. And now John Matheson, he's on the ice with Eberspacher right now. The pass goes across for Perdames. Eberspacher will make his way to the bench. And then an offside will be called as Perdames fanned on a chance to get in the zone. Hey, we got a new... Here's the thing, is that you basically zammed it twice without anything really happening. You had the 40 seconds of overtime that the Rushmore Thunder won, and you had the warm-up skate, but then you zammed it again. So maybe the ice is a little bit fresher than what you would normally think it would be. There's a big hit turned into on Jeldon. And then another check. That one came from Kate Edwards. Bortnum tried to run into Edwards, and Edwards pushed him to the ice too.
Jeldon doesn't get knocked off the puck too often or off the stick.
Here's Owen Schneider, a pass. It comes back over for Schneider and then played up for Jeldon. He's got the puck. He'll carry it in the offensive end, but he's pushed off the puck by Vockler. Comes in front from Bortnum, but he couldn't get a shot away. Matheson didn't get the puck, and there's another big check thrown over by Malwitz. And now here's Jeldon with a shot, and a save is made by Flanagan. Here is John Matheson over. Here's Vockler. Vockler will hesitate, and now he will take the puck behind his own net. 11 minutes to go here in the first period. No score so far between these two teams in the second state semifinal game. Winner gets Rushmore in the state championship. Loser will take on the Wyatt Capitals tomorrow afternoon in the third place game. All 3 games tomorrow at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Comes all the way back into the Sioux Falls end. Josh Peterson will play it around. That's Josh Peterson for the Flyers. It'll be played back to the near side. And again, the Brookings student section now, it's hard to see when it gets over to the corner. And that one's off of a stick, and that one will stay in play. No, and maybe it did hit a stick or hit somebody to go out of play. Maybe it hit the back glass behind the bench.
Well, this one's off to a fast pace, just like the last one. Couple pretty good teams here going at it.
Coach Kirchhoff not happy that the faceoff is going to come in the neutral zone. But it will be a neutral zone faceoff as Kate Edwards, Jack Seaver gets out of the zone. And then it's dumped in, but not very hard by Wes Koenig. Wes Koenig got injured in the game yesterday, but was able to come back and continue to play in that game. That puck will roll to the net and a cover for the whistle with 10:14 left to go here in the first period.
I think you'd have to suffer a broken leg or something worse in order to not play today.
The doctor has to tell you, or any kind of doctor has to say, you cannot play.
Yeah.
And you cannot be in the arena.
Yeah. Because if he says you can maybe play, you will definitely be playing. Face-off will be won here by these Brookings Rangers. That shot went wide. And here's Owen Schneider now. Schneider will play it up and out of the zone. Max Jeldon will throw it around. And it will be played back here for Kate Edwards. And Edwards will carry it in the neutral zone and dump it in. Kate Brecker missed that, trying to tee it up. Jameson Honcom got ran into. It'll come back for Max Moore. Plays it over for Malwitz, but he couldn't keep it on his stick. That pass comes across for Edwards. Edwards with a shot, and that one's blocked by Jeldon. Who else? And now Jeldon will try and get off to the races. He's got the puck still, and he'll carry it in. He was almost offside because he almost lost the puck as he was crossing the blue line. And then we'll play it back around. Here is John Matheson. Back for Kate Edwards and over again for Matheson. Matheson at the goal line across for Malwitz. And that misses his stick, and Ike Johnson will play it back to his blue line. And it'll be back in the zone for Breck Hershoff. Hershoff with a shot save made by Flanagan. He had to shrug that one off. And in the near side corner it goes. Edwards on the backhand pass off the stick of Hershoff, but taken by Matheson again. Matheson blows a tire behind the net. Anthony Vollen back over for Nick Lohr. Lohr overskated the puck, and they'll throw it off of Matheson. And Sioux Falls 2 is just all over the place. They can't get the puck right now. Breck Hershoff. There's a pass in front that goes just wide. That came from Talon Richter. And now here's a chance again for Brookings as they try and keep it in the zone. Nick Lohr gets tied up. And now Ashton Whitty will take the puck. His backhand pass looking for Rice. Instead, it's going to be intercepted and go back the other way here for the Sioux Falls 2 Rangers, or the Flyers, excuse me. And that one goes off the glove of Kate Brecker. I'll get the team's name right eventually, as the Rangers for Brookings will exit the zone. Anthony Vollen tied up with Wes Koenig, and Wes Koenig will throw it in. This one's flipped up. And now the zone by Sioux Falls. Here's a chance for Corey to get in, but he couldn't keep it on his stick as he was going 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. He'll come back out, and a pass for Eberspacher. Now here's Jack Sievert again from the blue line over. 7:50 left to go here in the first period. Owen Schneider has now the puck for the Rangers, and tied up and out of the zone as it'll be played back out. Sievert lost the puck, hands off for Schneider. Schneider with a shot. It was a soft shot that Flanagan was able to easily cover up for the whistle with 7:37 to go in the first period.
Well, this one's off to a great pace. Neither one of these teams want to give an inch. Although Brookings is winning 7-1 on shots on goal.
Flanagan's made
that's
all.
That's typical.
Yeah, that really is typical for every team that Brookings plays. So now here, it'll be played back around. Vockler will have it on the backhand pass over for Max Moore. And Moore up for Malwitz. Malwitz will dump it in the zone, but it didn't go far as it went off of one of the Brookings players. Eberspacher back from the blue line for Sievert for the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. And they will dump it in and around for Cade Brecker to tee up. Ike Johnson will play it around the boards. And now here's a chance for Bortnum to get some speed. And Bortnum will fly in the offensive end. He'll try and get the slot, a shot, and that one went wide of Flanagan. Came back to Bortnum, and his pass got broken up and then cleared by Sioux Falls 2. And we might see our first icing of the game with 6:58 to go in the first period.
Brookings has so many weapons, you can't focus on one kid. But they are very well aware where Jeldon is at every time he's on the ice.
You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt as well as KSDR Watertown just past 8 o'clock. As you're also watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, although there's no legal ID for that one. We'll play it around. Ashton Whitty, he'll take the puck. And Whitty tried to get in front of the net. It was played off the side of the net and that's loose in front and somehow comes out the other way. The linesman was about to fall over too, trying to get to the front of the net. There's a shot, and that was a save made by Flanagan. I don't know how that got through. And it'll be played back around, a pass in front, but only person was there was Sioux Falls 2 as it was cleared away from Jorgen Corey. Edwards will slow things down behind his own net for Sioux Falls 2. 6:20 left to go here in the first period. And a good move by Anthony Vollen as he'll dump it in. He'll throw it off the blocker, actually, of Cade Brecker into the corner. Corey on his backhand, but he couldn't play it forward. And Max Jeldon had it, but he lost it off of his stick. Jeldon's been a little slow to get going here. And not that he's playing a bad game, it's just a little bit atypical of what Jeldon usually plays. There's a big hit behind the net. It'll come back towards the back behind the net. And then it'll be Sioux Falls 2. And there's Jeldon to knock down a pass in midair. And Jeldon will flip it in. He'll take a big check, but he knocks down his man. He knocked down, that was Eberspacher. And it'll be flipped up off the boards. Goes back in the zone, stays in the zone. And here's Sievert over for Edwards. Edwards will exit the zone to pass over for Carson Clark. And now here's thrown in by Campanto. The third line is out for Sioux Falls 2. Edwards now will play it back in his own end. He'll turn and back skate all the way back towards the goal line. And then the pass goes up, and that might off the bottom of the mask of Carson Clark. But come back in. Edwards will glove it down. He'll circle in the near side corner. And then he gets knocked out. No penalty coming up. Talon Richter is in front of the net. A shot and a save made by Ryan Flanagan with 4:59 to go. You don't get much better looks than what Richter had on that opportunity.
And Flanagan's playing quite well. I think he's seeing the puck as good as he possibly can right now. This Brookings team, it's just really hard to get anything going. And you find yourself kind of trying to survive in the zone and get it out of the zone. And when you do get it out of the zone, you're met with so much resistance in the neutral zone.
Face off will be the left of Flanagan. And it's won by the Rangers. Jeldon gets pushed in the corner. I think the game plan is to try and check Jeldon as much as possible.
Yeah.
Here is a pass, comes in front. Here's Jeldon with a shot. A save is made, and it goes wide. Here's Zach Vockler. And Vockler will race in with the music still playing. Vockler, he gets pushed in the boards. Malwitz, maybe they'll turn the music off eventually. Well, I don't like hearing music during the hockey game.
I agree.
There they go, they turn it off. Here's Jeldon as it comes out of the zone. That's my pet peeve. If I have a pet peeve in hockey, that's my pet peeve.
That's not too bad. Just one pet peeve.
That's not too bad. And it's a lot harder than what it seems. Everybody thinks they can do everybody's job better than what they actually can do. Here's Ike Johnson. Here's Ike Johnson. I'll carry it in. He gets knocked off by Malwitz. As then checked by Ike Johnson. A shot from Richter. It was a save made from the blue line from Flanagan. Here's Max Moore to carry it in. Moore will get around the defense. His shot and a save made by Brecker, and the rebound's loose, but it's going to be taken by Whitty. And it'll be now, here comes Talon Richter again. Richter will carry it in onside. Ashton Whitty with a shot, and that one goes in the net. As that was a good back check. I think that's Jorgen Corey that got a stick just on a little bit of Ashton Whitty to mess up that shot.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't take much. All you have to do is just touch that stick, and it throws everything off. But back checking is so important in a game like this.
3:44 left to go here in the first period. In the state semifinal game, Rushmore won in double overtime over the Hawaii Capitals 5-4. So the winner of this game will meet Rushmore in the state championship tomorrow night. There's a shot from the Breck Hershoff that goes high. Went off the top of the glass, stayed in play, and then flipped off the glass all the way down, and it will be an icing by Sioux Falls 2 with 3:28 left to go here in the first period.
Not many seats available.
I would say not. The balcony's full. The seats are full. We're probably at capacity what they're going to allow into this arena right now.
I mean, we got people all the way around the edges of the rink, too.
We locked the fire marshal out.
As there's a puck that's loose. It comes in front. It's still loose. There's a chance that goes wide from the Brookings Rangers. That went wide by Zach Struck. Now Struck has it again on his backhand. That one goes wide again. Going against the grain on Flanagan. Alec Rice with a shot. That's a bouncing puck that a save made by Flanagan. Boy, he has been on top of his game for the first 14 minutes of this first period.
That one got there a little faster than he thought it was going to.
14 saves so far for Flanagan to just 2 by Brecker. And Nick Lohr will escape to center ice. Lohr will carry it in, lost the puck off of his stick, and it'll come back for Jeldon. Why wouldn't he take the puck? Now Jeldon with a shot and a glove save made by Flanagan. He kind of shrugged it off like it's no big deal.
Yeah, kind of showing a little strength there. Go ahead, Jeldon, shoot it at me. I got it in the glove.
That's one thing I love about hockey is when you got an arrogant goalie, because he's so good. When he's on, every goalie's arrogant, a little bit of arrogance, in the right way of arrogance, because you know you have the confidence to stop anything thrown at you. As the faceoff was taken by Sioux Falls 2 off the glass, it will go down. It's on its edge, but it's circling around, so it won't go far enough for an icing. As Jameson Honkamp got to it, Talon Richter will let it get out of the zone, and then Jack Sievert will play it across for Eberspacher. Vockler got his pocket picked by Hershaw. He'll avoid the check from Eberspacher. He'll carry it in onside. And there's a shot and a save made. Now it came from Mike Johnson. Now here's the Max Moore that has it. Moore, he'll turn. 2:14 left to go in the first period. And here comes Zach Vockler again. Vockler will fake the wind-up shot, and they'll throw it towards the net, and Brecker will make the save and get a whistle with 2:06 left to go here in the first period.
Oh, those goalies, toughest place on the ice.
We might have our second game where we have a scoreless period.
Yep.
Well, we're only 2:06 away from that. Boy, this has been, of course we're only playing the first period of this game, so there's plenty of time for this thing to get away from either team. But we're going to be seeing some high-quality games in the state semifinals. Honkamp will go it around for Owen Schneider. At the blue line, was held in by Sioux Falls 2, but now it'll be back for Max Jeldon. And Jeldon will throw it around the boards. And it'll be played back up. Cam Ponto, the third line here for Sioux Falls 2, up for Carson Clark. Clark, he'll come in. Perdames is onside. Perdames will turn with it. Perdames, his pass gets blocked down. And back here for Logan Bortnum. Owen Schneider has it for the Rangers. A pass back for Bortnum off of his stick. And then Jack Sievert's attempt goes off of Jeldon. And Jeldon carried it in. But a good play by Cam Ponto. And then Jeldon lost his stick. He actually took the stick of Max Jeldon. And then Ponto had to grab his stick that Jeldon, I think, took from him. And then that was thrown in. That one will be delayed offside. And Coach Kirchville is trying to say that was a intentional offside, that the faceoff should be all the way down in the Brookings, or on the Sioux Falls end. And they're going to talk about it. I don't know if that was a intentional offside or not. And it will just stay in the, it'll be right at center ice. It's funny to see coaches sometimes talk, they need to go somewhere. But then when you think they're going to be mad if the call goes the wrong way, but they're just trying to get the official to take it that way, because there's no argument from Kirchville after that.
No, and sometimes you just want your voice to be heard, even if you're not saying anything.
Here's Alec Rice. They come around for Talon Richter. And Richter will go up and out of the zone. It will go down. Will it go far enough for an icing? It will, with 55.3 left to go here in the first period. So face-off upcoming in the Brookings end. That will be to the left of Cade Brecker. And you see the top line of the Sioux Falls Flyers out there along with Ashton Whitty, Zach Vockler to take the face-off. And it'll be won by the Rangers, and it will be held in at the blue line, but it will eventually come out as Sievert now will have to play it across over for Edwards. So Edwards and Sievert are now teamed up as that one was thrown in just underneath the rafters and dropped right in front of the boards on the far side corner. That went off the referee on the pass attempt around, and everybody had to stop and start going the other way. Ike Johnson, his pass, that one goes up to the blue line. There's almost a redirect. Brecker waited the last second to get his pads out there. And I don't know if he was want to make everybody else nervous or what the play was there, but Brecker, I don't know, maybe if he didn't see it right away. 16 left to go here in the period. Ike Johnson, he played back. Corey played it up, and it'll come out of the zone. Now a 2-on-1 with 7 seconds left to go. Coming in the zone. There's a shot save made by Flanagan. Rebound chance, and Flanagan makes another save, and Sioux Falls will clear the zone to end the first period with a scoreless tie And what a fun first period this was. 18-4 in shots for the Brookings Rangers, in favor of the Brookings Rangers. That was a fantastic first period, guys.
Ryan Flanagan doing an excellent job, taking 18 shots compared to 4. And it's pretty good goaltenders in this one.
We have played one period as a scoreless tie. We come back, we'll have that first intermission. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, on 1480 KSDR, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The frigid air of winter and the blistering heat of summer can really put a dent into your pocketbook. The gang at Weatherall Roofing and Insulation in Pierce say, just foam it. Saving money on your energy bills is what it's all about with Weatherall Roofing and Insulation. Let Weatherall Roofing and Insulation help you save money with their custom spray foam or blow-in fiberglass insulation. Call 224-7982 for a free estimate. And remember, just foam it.
Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Drop that puck! Hey, hockey fans, before or after the game, come on out to Grey Goose Store and Social Club. Dine in, carry out, stop by for refreshments, fill up your tank with quality fuel. We've got it all at Grey Goose Store and Social Club, just off of Grey Goose Road, behind the red line of the capital city. Go Capitals!
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We are back here at the Shields Iceplex, and we have played one period, and it is a no score. 18-14 and 18-4 in shots in favor of the Brookings Rangers, as we also want to welcome those in listening on KBRK in Brookings. The second state semifinal game, the winner will meet the Rushmore Thunder in the state championship after winning in double overtime 5-4 over the Hawaii Capitals. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. And the guys, that was a fun first period. Flanagan, he stood on his head in that first period.
Yeah, he really did. Well, we talked about earlier about Brookings having so many weapons that you can't concentrate on one person, and they tried to play gelled and physically. You also try to limit the times that he touches the puck, if that's possible.
And you know, the thing is, too, is that what Sioux Falls 2 needs to continue to do, because they're getting outshot by 14, play a scoreless hockey game for as long as you possibly can.
Yeah, we saw that today when Watertown was playing. You try to play that scoreless game, give yourself a chance to win in the end of the game, and just try to stick around until then. You have to be careful with this Brookings team, because it's really easy to get a step behind and start to chase. Because they do it well to you.
And that's what they do. Yeah, what they do is when they go up 1-0, and they can quickly make it 2-0, and then it is snowballed from there. That probably happened in maybe 16 of their 18 wins this year. The two exceptions are probably to the Capitals and the Rushmore Thunder.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the things that Brookings does well, they come out in the second period. They're a team that will play you in the first period and bury you in the second.
Yeah.
And they've done that more than once.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Exactly.
And for Flanagan, he's got to continue to stay on the top of his game.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's going to be facing, you can expect to face another 18 to 20 shots again this second period. And you know, the thing that might help Sioux Falls too is being able to try and draw a penalty. We're going to see less and less penalties because the state semifinal, just like in overtime, the 2 overtimes that we played, or overtime in 40 seconds, that we didn't see any penalties because the referees, they know what's at stake, and they don't want to be the ones to make a call unless it's an obvious one.
Unless you mug somebody, then you're going to have to go.
Yep, but take their wallet.
but you see it from the NHL all the way down, is that you get to an overtime game in a playoff tournament type game, the referees will call offside, and they'll call the play dead. That's about the only thing they do.
And referees don't want to be part of that. There's not a referee anywhere that wants to decide a game and how it goes and change momentum and things like that. Call the obvious ones, let them play.
Yeah, and you'll see at the start of the year, be it hockey, basketball, a lot of these things, they call it very close. As the season wears on, they back off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and when you get to a situation like this, people go, I want to see these kids play.
Yeah.
So don't decide it by penalties or free throws or whatever.
And the thing, too, is that these players know what dictates a penalty, so they will back off a little bit, too. You know, they might get a little extra physical after plays, and the emotion might get to them, but they play pretty clean hockey games anyway. They play pretty clean throughout the entire game.
And in this state tournament, this is not only the best of the players, it's the best of the referees. These guys get selected to do this.
Good point.
They don't sign up and say, hey, I want to referee the state tournament. You're selected for this, and you have to have a certain amount of credentials and experience and so forth to do this. So this is the best of the best as far as South Dakota hockey officials.
We've seen some from all over the country.
Yeah, they're from all over.
Yeah, that was weird. The last game or the second game, they're all from Springfield, different states in Springfield. Yeah, but they're all from Springfield.
Yeah, Bart Simpson's home.
I was gonna say, I thought I heard somebody say it was Bart and Homer that were 2 of the referees. No, I'm just kidding. They're going, oh boy, that's not good if those are 2 of the referees.
They'll do that sometimes because Jeff and we always get the names of the referees for our regular season's game, and sometimes they look at those names and they don't have the right names. They don't give you the right name.
No.
Again, the referees want to disappear in a hockey game.
Yeah.
And that's what they prefer, is to just disappear, call what you need to call, and go away.
Never be seen.
And they don't even want their names out there.
No, they really don't. They're almost afraid to give you their name.
They are. They are.
Yeah. Earlier today, of course, Sioux Center beat Huron 8-6. That was a game, of course, in which Sioux Center led 7-1, had running time. Huron came back to make it a game 7-6 at one point, and Sioux Center won 8-6. Sioux Falls 2 beat Watertown 2-1, so Sioux Falls won. Sioux Center meet for the Consolation Championship coming up tomorrow at 9:35. Then the third place game will feature, of course, Owyhee taking on the loser of this, and then the championship with Rushmore playing Brookings. Of course, tonight, double overtime. Rushmore's beat Owyhee 5-4. So we've had some great hockey today.
Yeah, and we've gotten through one period of some pretty good hockey as well, as the Brookings Rangers and Sioux Falls 2 Flyers are tied at 0-0.
Well, in that Watertown and Sioux Falls 1 game, they played 2 periods. In fact, 8:49 before anybody scored in the third period of that scoreless game. We have a scoreless game right here, which is kind of fun to see.
Yeah, and we'll see who gets that icebreaker in that second period, or maybe the third period, or we might just see one goal win the whole hockey game. Depending
1-0.
1-0 might win the hockey game.
We saw a 2-1 game.
Yeah,
today.
Yep.
But not a 1-0 game yet.
We haven't had one of those for a long time.
And then we saw an 8-6 game, which was the highest scoring game that we've seen this weekend. Went from run time to a close game. That was. They've all been good today. They really have.
It is 0-0 here after the first period. We will step aside and come back here. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, 1480 KSDR, on KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
In 2020, we learned keeping close to home and family is more important than ever. As a locally owned and operated financial institution, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union has been keeping it close to home since 1935, offering you a full lineup of services with local decision-making and local servicing. If you live, work, worship, or attend school in any of our 27 counties, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is as close to home as it gets. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
We are back here at the Shields Iceplex. We've played one period so far, and it is a scoreless tie between Sioux Falls 2 and Brookings, as 18 shots to 4 in favor of the Brookings Rangers after the first period.
Don't change anything if you're either team.
Yeah, you don't change anything.
Other than Sioux Falls would probably like to have the puck a little bit more and a few more shots on net.
Yeah, they'd like to see maybe a reversal of the shots on net. But, yeah, you don't want to change anything that you've been doing because everything's working out so well for both teams. We talked about it during the break, and I'll go ahead and do it. If you're listening, watching, wherever you might be watching, you can go shoot me an email. John, it's Jon, John, at today's KCCR. Shoot me an email. Tell me where you're listening from. If you're a fan of a team, wherever you might be at, and who your favorite player might be on one of these teams, we'd love to hear from you.
I'm going to send him one from the broadcast booth.
that one won't be read on air.
all good comments, of course, because we're not going to pay any attention to the bad ones.
Well, that's also true too. No, it is a 0-0 hockey game, and I'll say it one more time if you didn't catch it. Jon, Jon, at todayskccr.com is my email to send and tell me where you're listening from. It's nothing after one period. I'm all flustered now. I'm worried
risk taker.
I'm worried about how many emails I'm going to get. Hopefully I don't get any. Nothing is our score after one period. We come back with a second period. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, on KBRK, on 1480 KSDR, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Lace up your shoes, because it's back.
ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness.
Apply for a mortgage in March, and when your loan closes,
you could earn $500 that will be deposited into your ReliaBank account.
Visit your local ReliaBank branch or go to ReliaBankMortgage.com for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Home purchase applications only. Subject to loan approval.
It's ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness. Apply, close, earn $500. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. melty, cheesy white cheddar goodness came in dripping with just the right amount of jalapeno heat.
Where my peppers at? Oh yeah, right here in the queso.
Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6.
Remix!
Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Never enough queso.
Hey, this is Chris Busher, driver of the number 17 Fastenal Ford. Are you looking for ways to move your business forward faster? Fastenal can help with solutions to bring speed and efficiency to your supply chain. Get the best industrial brands, names like Milwaukee, MCR, and Kimberly-Clark Professional, in ways that minimize stockouts, total cost of ownership, and inventory on hand. From industrial vending to automated bins, Fastenal has a supply solution to move the needle on your business goals.
And we welcome you back here at the Shields Iceplex as we are set for the second period. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd and Jeff Anderson. 0-0 is our score after that first period. 18-4 and shots in favor of the Brookings Rangers. And we are underway to start the second period with the Rangers winning the opening faceoff. Jamison Honkamp goes over for Talon Richter, but too far off of his stick. And it'll be played back in the neutral zone where Honkamp will play it over for Vockler. And now Zach Vockler at the blue line will carry it in after a couple of pushes, but he never left his skates, and he got it into the zone. Went off the glass, stays in, pass trying to get across, and it's going to be chopped at the blue line and down for John Matheson to go across the ice. Be taken by Honkamp, and a good stick again from Sioux Falls too. That was from Zach Vockler, and it'll be back in the Brookings end. Vockler, after Malwitz dumps Ike Johnson behind the net, and become all the way down towards the other net, and it was going to be Ryan Flanagan that will cover it up for a whistle. With 16:15 to go here in the second period. 45 seconds have gone through, and we are scoreless through that period and 45 seconds. On the face-off win, it'll be controlled by Sioux Falls too, and they'll go off of a teammates and out of the zone. Here's Nick Lohr, and Lohr will dump it in on net, and Brecker makes the basket catch to cover for a whistle with 16:04 to go.
Didn't look like it would carry quite that far, but it did.
That's that $300 stick with all that snap to it.
We've only lost $600 today, I believe. Maybe it might be $900 at this point.
Yeah, I think there was 3 broken sticks today.
And I believe somebody got tossed out. It's going to be the Brookings Ranger that gets tossed out. So now Jeldon will take the face-off. And the face-off is won by Jeldon. It'll be Alec Rice that will reverse the way and play it up for Zach Struck. But Struck waited too long to get to the puck, and Sioux Falls 2 had it one way, but it'll come out the other way from the Rangers, and then poked along, and Jeldon will tag up, sliding in like a baseball player to the blue line to tag back up safely. And Jacob Drew, that's no pun intended. And it's out of the zone here by Sioux Falls 2. Here's Jack Sievert, the defenseman, in the zone. He's being hounded by Jacob Drew. As Sievert knocks to the ice, he's trying to kick it around, but he couldn't get it because Jacob Drew continued to push him off balance.
That's some defense.
Eberspacher now has it for Sioux Falls 2. Up for Jorgen Corey, and Corey will carry it in on his off wing. On his backhand, he'll turn and get a pass over. There's a shot, and there's a save made by Brecker, but the net comes off its moorings, and we get a whistle and an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Flyers.
That net's been hanging pretty tight now. We've had problems with that one all day. It did come off its moorings that time.
So here is now going to be the face-off upcoming. Zach Vockler and Brookings took their sweet time getting the change going. But the face-off will be to the right of Brecker. Vockler will win it back to the corner that he has dumped very, very hard into the boards. And it comes out now for the Rangers and Talon Richter. Delayed offside here by the Rangers. They will tag back up. It's going to be hard to hear the referee saying that you're offside without looking over at him. And it'll be played back up to the blue line. And here's Ashton Whitty that will carry it in onside. A pass goes across for Hershoff, but just a little bit too far. Hershoff, the fans were wanting from Brookings, wanting a tripping call, but they did not get one. I think Hershoff just fell on his own.
Yeah.
Kate Edwards a pass. Max Moore comes back for Edwards. And now it's tipped in by Malwitz, but he didn't tip it in very far. Talon Richter will be the first one to get to it. Ashton Whitty is over. And the near side corner, it'll be played back around for Breck Hershoff. And Hershoff will get a pass out. He took a hit to make a play across. Kate Edwards, rink wide pass over for Vockler at the blue line. He's knocked down by Honkamp. Gets a little pat on the rear end from Honkamp to get back up. And here's Ashton Whitty. Don't see that very often.
No.
Here's Whitty will turn it back around. Here's Owen Schneider. And Schneider will hold the zone. And he'll play it back around. Wes Koenig along with John Matheson. We'll go back to the near side. And Matheson will play it across for Edwards. Stretch pass up for Vockler. And Vockler will go off the boards trying to get a pass to himself. But a good check and be played across by Brody Powers. But we have a whistle. And are we going to have too many men on the ice from Sioux Falls too?
I think you are, yep.
Yeah, too many men is called. Boy,
yep.
That's
we haven't seen that yet this week.
No, that's a penalty that you don't usually see.
But when it occurs, it's usually the second period.
But Sioux Falls 2, or maybe it was Sioux Falls 1, the Capitals played Sioux Falls, one of the Sioux Falls team, and got called for that earlier this season here in Sioux Falls. It can happen.
It seems like a real basic call, but it's probably one of the hardest calls there is to make by a referee.
Yeah, because you're assuming that 5 guys are on the ice at all times, but there are 6, and sometimes it's hard to keep track because they start skating back and forth between each other. Here's Logan Borton on a pass. First power play of the game, Pelican Power Sports power play for the Brookings Rangers. Jeldon chopped at it, trying to get it farther, but it will be thrown all the way down. And Cade Brecker will tee it up for Max Jeldon. He plays the point on the power play, and why wouldn't he? Because he's such a good facilitator, such a good scorer for this Brookings Rangers team. They play him back out at the point, as now Jeldon, though, will carry it in the zone, but then right back out by Sioux Falls 2. 1:23 to go here in the first penalty of the game, as Ike Johnson will have it for the Rangers in his own end. Pass comes across for Ashton Whitty. He'll stop on his backhand, and he'll play it up for Bortnum. And Logan Bortnum on his on-wing will play it down to the near side boards towards the corner. And then 4 players will battle for it. Actually, 5 players will battle for it. 4 for the Brookings Rangers and only 1 for Sioux Falls. But the Flyers are able to clear the zone off of it. And Max Jeldon now. He's going to gain speed. He's going to carry it in the zone. And Jeldon's going to get checked off the puck. Nick Lohr back behind the net. All the way around, here's Jeldon again. Jeldon played forward. And it's the Sioux Falls Flyers that will clear the zone for another time. 40 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. And the Flyers will get their change that they need on their penalty killers. Here come the Rangers now. Honkamp will go over, and it'll be played forward. Up for Zach Struck. Comes out to the point, but not out of the zone quite yet. And now Carson Clark gets pushed off the puck. And it'll be played over for Jamison Honkamp. Honkamp with a shot that goes wide. Back for Alec Rice. He played back by the Flyers, and Carson Clark was behind everybody of the Rangers, but they decided to throw it all the way down because that should end the penalty. John Matheson was serving the penalty, and Matheson will come out of the penalty box, and we'll get back to 5-on-5. No shots for the Rangers on that power play. Comes in front, Logan Bortnum with a shot, and Flanagan made the save, and we get a whistle with 11:36 to go here in the second period.
That pass was in slow motion all the way across. And I was surprised it came all the way across Flanagan and got over to his right side.
11:36 to go. Jeffrey Janet sent me an email saying he's watching from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Used to be a coach of the Brookings Rangers.
Oh,
been there.
Been there.
Yeah, along with Randy Honkamp. He was the coach of the Brookings Rangers back in the early 2000s.
Been to Eau Claire many times. Alumni of University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point.
So here is the Rangers coming around. I'm happy to see the first email come through as, again, John at JON at today's KCCR.com. There's a puck that will come towards the slot from Sioux Falls 2, but it'll be thrown away by the Rangers all the way down, but not an icing, as they could have said that number 3, Josh Peterson, could have played it. Pass goes up for Max Moore, and Moore will try and carry it in 2-on-2. Moore for the blue line. He failed on the shot. The puck went behind his stick. Zach Vockler on the backhand. Couldn't get a pass attempt. And the Rangers had 4 of the 5 guys all surrounding the puck when the Sioux Falls 2 didn't have many guys in the offensive zone. Logan Bortnum, he'll play it around off the boards and then chipped up and out. Here's a 2-on-1 coming up for the Rangers. In on goal. There's a shot saved made by Flanagan. The rebound goes wide by Schneider. 10:30 left to go here in the second period. And it'll be played out by Zach Vockler.
That's a big save that time by
Vockler trying to dingle around. Sorry to cut you off there, Jeff.
That's fine.
That's a huge. You're right. That's a huge save.
It'll be played back around here on the near side and out by the Rangers, and it'll be on its edge all the way down for an icing with 10:09 to play in the second period.
Brookings doesn't come empty when they have a 2-on-1 odd man rush very often.
No, and for Flanagan to let up a rebound there is about as dangerous as it gets.
Yeah.
Kept himself in position and made 2 saves there.
21-6 in shots here for the Brookings Rangers, but we still have no score with 10 minutes to play here in the second period. It's Nick Lohr as he's carried in the corner on the near side corner, gets pinned into the corner, but played. There's a shot. It was a turnaround shot by Corey that went wide of Brecker. Now Corey will turn with it again. Be back for Jeldon. He'll go off the boards. Cade Edwards with a shot that went wide. And it'll be played back. And again, Nick Lohr has it. His pass over. It'll be back for John Matheson. Played off of his skate. And then Struck got it off out of the zone. And Matheson played it back in and is an offside. And we get a whistle with 9:34 left to go here in the second period. This atmosphere is great.
It sure is.
It is a packed house here. Rangers are in the midst of a change. Somebody's going to go back on the ice. Oh, they do have all 5 guys on. Honkamp is on the ice. He was kind of hiding back behind the student section. There's a pass out to the blue line. And here's Sioux Falls 2 that will escape their own zone. And Edwards will go off the boards looking for Clarkson Clark. And Clark couldn't get a shot away on the good play by Ike Johnson. And then now here comes Brookings. I believe that's Jeldon that has the puck. The pass goes over. A huge check. And there's a shot and a save made by Flanagan. That might have been actually Breck Hershoff. Boy, he lost his stick by the bench.
Oh, hit the turnbuckle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a scary check. Hershoff seems to be okay. He got right back up.
And that pad on that turnbuckle is all of a 1/4 inch thick.
It's not one that's very forgiving. Both teams starting to chant for their team. And there's a wraparound chance that comes out the other way. A rebound, and they score! The Rangers strike first.
They got Flanagan moving.
They got him moving. He came over to protect the wraparound. He stopped that one, and he literally jumped at that shot and couldn't find it.
Talon Richter.
He knew where it was. He just couldn't jump out there fast enough. He knew exactly where it was coming from.
Richter gets the goal with 8:59 to play here in the second period. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers.
His 10th goal, at least. He had 9 during the regular season.
So the second line, actually the top line, the ones that started here today for the Brookings Rangers, gets the first goal. Breck Hershoff will lose the faceoff to Zach Vockler. And now here is where things get interesting because you're down 1-0 to Brookings. And Brookings, when they get the lead, it's hard to come back against them. Let's see if
you need to get a goal here.
Hershoff gets the assist. As it will be played back behind the nets. Back out, Sievert will throw in towards the net. Got that blocked down by Alec Rice. Up the boards, but not out. Eberspacher throws one towards the net. A redirected shot that goes bouncing wide. Then flipped up, but not out of the zone at the blue line. It will come out by Ashton Whitty, and it'll come back for Vockler. And Vockler will throw it off the boards to the blue line of the Brookings Rangers, and it'll come back out now to the blue line for the Sioux Falls Flyers. Flip off the glass and down, and it will be an icing with 8:05 left to go here in the second period.
So Brookings strikes first, and it's going to be important for Sioux Falls right now to stay on your game, keep your feet moving, and do what you've been doing. It's real important for them to get a goal here within the next 4 or 5 minutes.
Face-off is won here by Brookings in the attacking end. It is Zach Struck. Lost the puck back, and now here is Nick Lohr. He'll be played over for Jorgen Corey. And now here is Corey with a shot save made. The rebound was loose, but nobody could get to it for Sioux Falls. Over skating was Anthony Vollen. It's still in the attacking end, but a sliding play by Jameson Honkamp to make sure he got his stick to the puck. And now it's turned over. Logan Bortnam He's trying to get to the front of the net. That pass got blocked down. Maybe it was a shot towards the net that got blocked down anyway. And then a walk-in shot that goes wide of Flanagan. We played back around. Boy, Sioux Falls had their chance. There's a shot that's redirected, a save made by Flanagan. A rebound chance and another save made by Flanagan. And that one's flipped up and out of the zone. And it'll be played back for Jamison Honkamp. And Honkamp goes across for Peterson. That one's tipped by Nick Lohr. Wes Koenig, he'll throw it in. And it'll be around here for Cade Edwards. And Edwards a pass across. A high catching by Nick Lohr. He gloved it down. And then a pass from Josh Peterson was tipped. And it will go in. No, it was not tipped. I don't know how it wasn't tipped by either one of those sticks. But we get an icing with 6:57 to go. Spencer Reitzman sends an email in. Former varsity head coach for Sioux Falls. He's tuning in. Says on all caps, awesome broadcast. We appreciate that, Spencer. We love the comment. We love the good comments. 6:57 left to go here in the second period.
2 of a million you're going to get.
I wouldn't go that far. As it will be played up here by Brock Malwitz. And Brock Malwitz will carry it in. It'll be played back out, and Wes Koenig uses his stick to get over the top of Eberspacher. And then it'll be played back around. And here exiting the zone are the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. And they'll be played back in. Vockler with a shot. That one goes wide of Brecker. And they'll be played back around out to the blue line. Eberspacher has it. He'll wait. His shot gets blocked down again by the Rangers. And escaping in the neutral zone will be Brookings and Talon Richter. He's got the first goal of the game. He's got the only goal of the game so far right now. And it'll be played back for Vockler as he'll go up the boards. And Ashton Whitty will keep it in the zone. Eberspacher, he gets thrown into the boards. But back out, Jack Sievert gets it out of the zone. Ashton Whitty, the pass goes over now for Vockler for Sioux Falls 2 in the zone. More with a shot save made by Brecker. It's loose. The rebound's loose again. And he'll come back out to the blue line. Edwards winds up with a shot. He gets around a sliding Brookings player. That shot is a save made by Brecker again. He had that left pad up that could have been dangerous. Could have gone off the redirect off the pad and in, but he made the save. Edwards will throw it up. That goes off of the stick. Trying to get in is Corey. A diving play to get it back out of the zone. That came from Alec Rice. Here is now a pass across. And a diving play again from Cade Edwards to get it back out of the zone. Throw it in, delayed offside. Brookings will tag back up. Sievert now will take it here for Sioux Falls. Sievert a pass that's intercepted by Honkamp. Threw it right to him. And then Sievert ran into Honkamp, but Honkamp didn't fall down. Sievert did. Jorgen Corey in the neutral zone. Can't get it through the Brookings defense. And Logan Bortnum will get it in here for Brookings. 5:05 to go here in the second period. And there's a hook and a penalty's coming up. And we have our second penalty of the game, and it's coming against Sioux Falls. The second time that the Rangers will be on the power play.
So many times a team will make a pass against Brookings and they'll get by with the first one, but Brookings is right there to get the puck the second time.
The penalty is going to be on Nick Lohr.
Yeah, they skate so well.
Yeah.
5 minutes exactly to go here in the second period. And the second power play here for the Brookings Rangers. They're 0 for 1 so far. Pass goes over Max Jeldon. Pass across. It'll be played back. Actually, that was Breck Hershoff, excuse me. Jeldon not on the ice right now. I haven't seen Jeldon in a while be on the ice. Here, Breck Hershoff. That's going to be a hand pass, though, isn't it? They score! It was knocked down by the glove.
I kind of thought it was too, John.
And Hershoff scores to make it 2-0.
It was one of the Brookings players grabbed it with their hand, and the next place it went was to the stick.
4:39 to go, and there's not a single argument from the Sioux Falls 2 bench.
Oh, I don't know. From up here, it looked like a hand pass.
So we are now at 2-0 as Hershoff gets the goal. I could be wrong, and maybe he didn't hit the glove, but didn't think that it really mattered if you were trying to make a hand pass or not.
Right.
However,
kind of redirected. He redirected the puck with his hand or shoulder or something.
However, it's still 2-0, and the Rangers now have got themselves a really huge opportunity. Maybe it didn't hit the hand at all that was in front because it's an unassisted goal. That's the only way it can be a goal as an unassisted goal.
Yeah, right.
As Owen Schneider has it on the far side. Everspacher trying to play it back out. Everspacher's tied up. Now he'll take the puck and turn it around. So now Sioux Falls 2. There's a bad pass by Everspacher. He feigned on it, but Matheson will take the puck. Matheson has it from his own blue line, throws it, and that went off of Schneider. And it'll be all the way back down for Ike Johnson to be played as it'll come across here for Trent Peterson. Up the boards, that's kicked, not in the Sioux Falls bench. And Jeldon is back out on the ice. That one should be an offside. No, they're going to say it was onside. Look like it should have been a delayed offside. Either way, Corey takes the puck and gets out of the zone. And will be carried in by Vockler. He's trying to get a shot away. Volin, but he couldn't get that shot away. Here's a shot from Edwards. That gets blocked down. 3:15 left to go. Trying to spring free for Jeldon. He'll get back on side as Peterson comes in. Peterson with a shot, and that one got blocked down by Edwards. He played back around. Here's Nick Lohr. And Nick Lohr off the backhand pass. Ike Johnson has it, a shot save made. And it's swung away by the Sioux Falls Flyers to the near side boards.
They've got to keep this 2-0 before this period ends.
There's a check around by Cade Edwards, and Anthony Volin will take it with 2:45 left to go here in the second period. That pass is knocked down by Richter. And it'll come out by Sioux Falls 2.
You're right. It's a dangerous time for Sioux Falls right now.
Here's Jacob Drew. He almost turned it over. Boy, there's a couple chances from Sioux Falls 2 in this second period that could have tied the hockey game up as Seaver's shot gets blocked up by Ashton Whitty. But those couple chances didn't go for anything for Sioux Falls 2, and now they're down by 2 goals. Here's Callan Richter with a steal. Richter trying to get in front. He gets knocked down. There's a shot that goes high. Well, off the glass. Brookings was looking for a penalty, didn't get one. It'll be knocked down by Jacob Drew. He gloved it down. It'll be played back around. Ashton Whitty is on the bench. I think that shot that he took hurt his arm, got him in the arm, and he's favoring that arm as he's back at the bench right now. Played up for Max Jeldon. 2-on-2 in the zone. Jeldon with a shot. He was looking to go far side on the glove side of Flanagan, hit the corner glass, and the Rangers still have possession. But it will come free for Jorgen Corey. And he'll play it up for Max Moore, and Moore into the zone with 2-on-2. Moore has passed. That one's tipped by Vockler, and it goes wide. Logan Bortnam knocked down by Corey. And then it'll come across here. It'll be played by Zach Struck. With 1:30 to play here in the second period. Struck is in, but he lost the puck. And it'll come out of the zone. Jacob Drew takes him 2 opportunities to get it in the zone. And then flipped in by Zach Struck again over the top of the hands of a jumping John Matheson. Sounds like a Rolling Stones song. Here's Ashton Whitty with an interception. He scores! Whitty with an interception at the high slot. He carried it in, and he beats Flanagan to make it 3-0 with 1:10 to go in the second period.
A bit of an errant puck, and Whitty's there to pick it up. Boy, you just can't leave any pucks unattended anywhere on this ice.
An unassisted goal by Ashton Whitty as he's closing in on 20 for the year. And it's a 3-0 lead for Brookings with 1:10 left to go in the second period. And this is what Brookings does. They got the first one, and now it's starting to snowball on Sioux Falls 2. Here's a shot by Perdames, a save made by by Brecker. And a couple of guys and Sioux Falls 2 can't lose their heads here. It's a 3-0 game, but they cannot lose their heads here at any point.
And 3-0 with a team other than Brookings is not too bad. In Brookings, it turns into a mountain.
Faceoff will come to the left of Brecker with 1:02 to go here in the second period. Goals from Richter, Hershoff, and Whitty have given the Rangers that 3-0 lead. The final minute here of the second period. And if you're Sioux Falls 2, you love to get one back here, but you also don't want to go down 4-0 anymore. You're trying to keep it at 2-0. Here's a chance for Sioux Falls 2. They intercepted the pass, but Peterson didn't throw it to the net. He tried to pass it over for Lohr, and it missed his stick. He played back around to the near far side, and now Hershoff. He'll exit the zone with Richter. And here comes Talon Richter. Both him and Hershoff have goals. A pass from Richter gets off of the stick, and Whitty, who's got the third goal, he comes in to take the play. Back for Trent Peterson with 25 to go. Peterson with a shot, a redirected chance. It's knocked down, it's loose in the slot. There's another shot that goes wide. It didn't even make it to the goal line. It might have gotten off of someone else's leg. And then almost turned over by Nick Lohr in his own net. Jeldon will throw it in. Delayed offside where the Rangers will tag back up with 10 seconds to go in the period. And here is Cade Edwards. He gets tripped up. He played back around, and that's going to end 2 periods. And the Brookings Rangers are feeling pretty comfortable right now with a 3-0 lead over Sioux Falls 2 as they outshoot the Brookings outshoot the Sioux Falls Flyers 26-11 after 2 periods. Sioux Falls has got some soul searching to do in that locker room, down by 3 goals, and they need to outscore Brookings by 3, which is hard to do to score 3 goals in a game against Brookings. But now you got to do it in 1 period.
Yep, it's an uphill battle, and you got your work cut out for you right now.
So we've played those 2 periods. We will step aside and we come back. We'll have that second intermission. We'll actually have a guest as well. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock. CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSDR, on KBRK in Brookings, and on Capital City Rock Sports.
Lace up your shoes, because it's back.
ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness.
Apply for a mortgage in March, and when your loan closes,
you could earn $500 that will be deposited into your ReliaBank account.
Visit your local ReliaBank branch or go to ReliaBankMortgage.com for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Home purchase applications only. Subject to loan approval.
It's ReliaBank's March Mortgage Madness. Apply, close, earn $500. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Tired of walking out in the morning with a thick layer of frost and having to scrape your car? Don't want to freeze sitting waiting for the car to warm up? Well, what are you waiting for? Call Jason and the crew at Sunmasters in Pierre, and they can install your remote start today so you can stay warm this winter and keep those windshields defrosted from the comfort inside your home. Call 224-6102 or stop in today at 1020 East Sioux Avenue. Sunmasters in Pierre.
Introducing new Queso Blanco from Taco John's. It amplifies everything on our menu, kind of like a hype man. Melty, cheesy, white cheddar goodness
came in dripping
with just the right amount of jalapeno heat.
Where my peppers at? Oh yeah, right here in the queso.
Our Queso Blanco remixes anything, like the Boss Burrito for only $6.
Remix!
Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Never enough queso.
Hey, this is Chris Busher, driver of the number 17 Fastenal Ford. Are you looking for ways to move your business forward faster? Fastenal can help with solutions to bring speed and efficiency to your supply chain. Get the best industrial brands, names like Milwaukee, MCR, and Kimberly-Clark Professional, in ways that minimize stockouts, total cost of ownership, and inventory on hand. From industrial vending to automated bins, Fastenal has a supply solution to move the needle on your business goals.
And we welcome back. It's a 3-0 hockey game right now. Brookings leading Sioux Falls 2 after 2 periods of play. Let's get those headphones on. There we go. Put that microphone down a little bit, and we have the Brookings historian Randy Honkamp's dad, Tom Honkamp. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Excellent. You have been in hockey, involved in hockey in your family forever and ever, haven't you?
Yeah, almost too long to remember. Almost. I think it was 1984. Randy came home one night after school and he says, "You know, Dad, I think I'd like to play hockey." I said, "They don't have hockey in South Dakota." Yeah, right. No, he says they do. There's a couple towns, and Brookings is going to put in a rink out here, and they aren't. It's just going to be natural ice. But well, I suppose. So we bought him a $3 pair of skates. Yeah, well, he didn't think it was so funny. It was the ones you stand there and the sides flop down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And one night I was out watching him, and the coach came over. He goes, "I think your kid could be a good skater if his dad wasn't such a tight butt and wouldn't buy him decent skates." So we bought him good skates. So that's how it all started.
Oh, wow. Now that, of course, when you talk about going back that far. You didn't have the Larson Ice Arena or anything at that time, did you?
No. Well, when Randy started, he started just inside that when they first put the first sheet in, yeah.
Okay.
Prior to that, it was outdoor rinks. You can't. It's really tough to build a program with outdoor rinks nowadays. Yeah. It really is. You can't get the dedication of the parents. It's the parents. You got to get dedicated.
Sure.
The kids love to play, but you got to get those parents dedicated. That's the key.
So have you had a lot of, shall I say, positions in the Brookings?
Yeah, to say the least. I help coach.
Okay.
My wife did concessions. My daughter was a treasurer. All of my kids coached, Randy and Tony both. Tony's the younger one. And Tony still helps coach. And Randy now, he's the state president. He coached. So tried to do what you can to help build the program.
Yeah, well, and it takes a lot of people to build a program, not only locally but statewide.
Yeah, it does. And, as I remember the old years of the state, when we had 4 or 5 locals that had ice, and everybody was struggling. If you don't have the kids, you don't have any money, you can't build anything. You sit there, and what you have to do is get some really strong volunteers to step up, help fundraise that money, help build a little bit here, a little bit there, and pretty quick you end up with things like this.
Yeah.
And like the one in Brookings.
Oh,
and Mitchell's got 2 sheets, and Aberdeen's got 2 sheets now, and Brandon's talking about building it. But it takes a lot of dedicated volunteers, a lot of good, hardcore people that aren't afraid to work.
Well, and one thing I've noticed about this program, sometimes you'll get a program that starts, and there may be another program that'll say, here, you can have our bleachers or whatever, and they'll help each other out to get a program started in a community.
Yes, we in Brookings, as a matter of fact, when we built that new Larson Center, we took the compressors that really did need to be rebuilt from the old facility and traded Yankton, who was getting into the program, for a mower. So they got the compressor system. We got the park and rec there, got the mower. But that's what you do. And the old bleachers, you give them to somebody that can use them. Anything. If you've been to Brookings, there's a red rink and a blue rink. And that blue rink, if you'd ever been in the old Larson rink, is a replica. Everything that was in the rink at Larson's original came over. Bleachers, heat, boards, things like that.
So it's an all parent-run organization. If it weren't for the parents, we wouldn't be where we are today in a situation like this.
That's correct. That's correct. It's the dedication of the parents. And it's the dedication not only to the program, but to hauling the kids to the weekends to games and buying the equipment and helping with concessions and whatever those chores might be. But it's the tough dedication of the stick-to-itiveness, Nowadays we run into some of the people don't really care to volunteer because, they're all working, And so it becomes a little tougher to do that. But we've had some really good. I know Sioux Falls has had some good cooperation with their businesses. Brookings the same. You just got to go out. They see it. It's an economic income for the community, no matter how you cut it.
Well, you had to replace compressors, I think, or replace the concrete on both your sheets of ice. I believe it was last summer, and it was like about $3.4 million or whatever. You didn't bat an eyelash because you knew it'd come back and pay for itself.
It will eventually.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, you look at it, if it's not usable, what good is it? Here you have this beautiful building. So the city stepped up and got some other help from other people. But it was up around that $3 million mark.
Yeah.
Had to do both floors.
With all you've been in with seeing the progress of South Dakota hockey, what's your biggest, or maybe you should say your fondest memories? We'll ask that last question.
The fondest memories was back when we had a bus, the Brookings Association. We'd load up the kids, some of the parents, the coaches, and we'd take off on Sunday morning and we'd drive to Aberdeen and we'd have the Pee-wees on board and we'd have the varsity on board and we'd play the Pee-wee game and then we'd play the varsity game, probably get kicked all over the ice with both of them. But then we stopped at McDonald's on the way home, and everything was okay, But there was a lot of good memories on that old bus, So
yeah. We could talk for an hour, but I think we're up against time, so we won't. They're going to give us a little more time.
John says let's go.
Good.
All right.
He's in charge of advertising. He said let's go.
Shoot, this is such a good interview. You probably won't even want to run the third period. Huh?
You're probably right. So what's Randy's son Jameson? What's he going to do?
Well, right now he's talking about going to Mitchell. I grew up as a power lineman.
Okay.
He's talking about going to the power line program over in Mitchell. He's been accepted, so we'll see how it does. He's a pretty good baseball player.
Okay.
And I think he's going to do some tryouts for certain baseball things this year, and we'll see how that all goes. But right now, that's his goal.
Okay.
And if something else sidetracks, he's young yet.
So is Jameson the last one in the bunch, or do you got some coming that you're going to follow?
It's a good thing you asked. This year we have 5 grandkids playing.
Really?
Jameson's a senior.
Yeah.
We have his little brother Luke, who's a Bantam. After that, we have Branch, one of our grandkids. He's a mite. We have a girl that's playing U14. We have another one that's a termite. And they're all here. They're all sitting right down there in that bunch.
Really?
So you've got a ways to go.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
And I'll bet you're pretty good at buying hockey sticks.
Well, I quit buying them sticks. They're way too expensive. We used to buy them when they were 10, 12 bucks, but anymore they're 150, 180 bucks. Wow,
Yeah.
Ooh. But anyway,
Well,
it's a great program. You see a lot of family time. When you can get all the cousins and everybody together. I mean, shoot, we all come down. It's only an hour to Brookings, but we stay overnight in the motel and swim in the pool, and all that stuff. So it's good family time is what we look at it as.
Well, I know you see it as a real positive, all the Honcoms coming up. The rest of us, we're hoping that some of the Honcoms will be gone.
We thought there was going to be a break here somewhere along the line.
I hope not.
We say that kidding with all due respect.
We even have a new great-grandson.
Great.
One of the first things he got was a hockey stick. So.
This is never going to end for you.
Oh, no. And that's okay. I enjoy coming out and watching. It's really
great.
good.
You make some great memories and some great friendships, don't you?
Yes, you do. I know guys all over the state because I was state president for 5 years. I was vice president for 11 years. So with that, you kind of know all the old boys,
Yeah.
Jim Becker here in town, he was a great friend of mine. He did a lot for hockey. A lot of them older guys, the same thing. It was the state level, and it was volunteerism.
And they basically paved the way for what we have today.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And thank you to those guys.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
We could talk a lot longer time.
Yep.
Thank you very much for stopping by. It's great.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for all you've done for hockey in South Dakota.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
All right, we're gonna step away for our commercial break, and we're gonna come back with this third period.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
If you live, work, worship, or attend school in any of our 27 counties, Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is the best way to harness the power of a not-for-profit financial institution. Locally owned and operated, Dakota Land is known for competitive rates, local decision-making, and local loan servicing. An auto or home loan at any of our 11 convenient locations keeps your money where it belongs. At home, let's put the power of a local financial cooperative to work for you. Dakota Land, Equal Housing Lender, member NCUA.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back here just a little bit early here as we are ready for the third period. We are underway the third period between Brookings and Sioux Falls 2. That puck will come on net, and it will be covered here for a whistle with 11 seconds in this third period. John McClure alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. 3-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers.
Sounds like the Hahnkamp, Jameson's probably through playing hockey after this year.
And so he's looking to go out on top. He's looking to be a state champion here as the whistle will come from Cade Brecker covering for another one. So only 13 seconds in, we've had 2 whistles. We could have kept that last commercial break rolling. Never would have missed anything. As they'll come back around of the face-off, it'll be all the way back down the ice, and we will get another whistle. We really actually could have let that last commercial play. It only missed 22 seconds.
Yeah, we could have caught up real easy, but you never know.
Hey, that's okay.
We want to bring you hockey.
The last commercial was Taco John's, so make sure you go get Taco John's after the game is over.
Yeah.
We might be going after this game is over.
Quesos.
Where are my peppers at? We cover for the whistle.
We laugh because we hear these commercials 100 times a weekend.
Another face-off, the offensive zone. Boy, that was already the fifth face-off of this third period. There's a chance that goes off the skate of Brecker, and it'll be played all the way around. Let's get our sixth face-off here in the first 37 seconds of this third period.
That was close down for Brecker. He got that with the bottom of his skate.
Boy, that was that close to making it 3-1. If you make it 3-1, all of a sudden things might change a little bit.
Yep. If you're Sioux Falls right now, you need to get one here quick.
So the face-off again will be to the right of Cade Brecker. As the face-off is won by Sioux Falls 2. That pass comes in front, but it was broken up by the Rangers, but not out. There's a shot and a save made by Brecker. And then it'll be cleared out toward the blue line, and now the zone as Jeldon tried to bat it out midair, but Cade Edwards is able to knock it down. Brecker tees it up behind the net, and so retreat back to his front of the net, and be played back up and off the skate of Jeldon, and it will come out. So Sioux Falls will have to tag back up. They do tag up, and it is Sioux Falls chasing back in as Alec Rice will play it up the boards, and then Cade Edwards will throw it back to the blue line. Onside play. Here's a chance for Vollant. They could not get a shot away. It got blocked down. And then it'll be played back up. And now 2-on-2. Coming the other way. Zach Struck along with Jeldon. Pass towards Jeldon, but he couldn't get it over to him. Here's Alec Rice again. Back for Zach Struck. And it will be played back by Carson Clark, but not out of the zone. A turnaround shot. And it will go all the way back to the near side corner after it was blocked down. And the pass comes right out in front of Flanagan. You don't like those passes. And it'll be Carson Clark that'll avoid the check of Jamison Hahnkamp. As Grandpa watches on, cheering on his grandson. And this will be taken the other way. Here's Breck Hershoff. Hershoff will try a stop and start, but he couldn't take the puck with him. Talon Richter had it and then lost it off the check of Brock Mulwitz. Eberspacher will play it over. And Hahnkamp again has it. Again at the neutral zone, where it's thrown in, but it went off of one of the Brookings Rangers players in their bench, and we get a whistle. That was a fun interview in that second period.
It was.
And he enjoyed it.
Yeah, yep. Mr. Hahnkamp, that was a fun one.
Yep.
Little history there, looking into the future just a little bit. Great interview.
Well, like we say, thanks for those people that got this program where it is today.
So many interesting people around the state involved with hockey.
Yes.
And you know, it's still so young that we get to see and hear from all these people that got it all started. As it will be played from Josh Peterson. Some like the Hawaii Capitals are starting to see a second generation of players come through. As it will be played back behind the nets.
Well, I remember when they started.
Exactly.
And it's not that many years ago, really.
As it's Zach Struck that has it at his own blue line. A good move around Vockler to get it up for Hershoff. Here's back for Cade Edwards. It'll be played up And that misses Zach Vockler, and it goes all the way down for a whistle with 14:08 to play in the third period. I say that about YA Capitals because, of course, I'm the voice of the YA Capitals usually during the season. So, and, of course, as you're listening on Capital City Rock, you can catch all the YA Capitals games on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. As they're going to make a late change again. The Rangers are making that late change with 14:08 left to go. And we get a false start, and Brody Powers is going to be kicked out. Speaking of Powers, we're on KBRK.
Circle.
Yeah, he's not going to kick out of the game, but the face-off circle.
Cammy's his mom.
KBRK and Brookings, we're on the air right now, and welcome those in. It's going to be Nick Lohr that could not take the puck. Owen Schneider avoids the check of Lohr. The puck came to the front. Back out. There's a shot from Mike Johnson that got blocked down, but Lohr couldn't figure out where the puck was at. I think he's a little hurt.
Yeah,
he's
going
to come off the ice. Brody Powers are trying to stuff it in. And then the net came off his mooring, so we get a whistle.
Lohr got hit point blank with that one, and it doesn't matter if there's a pad or not. You still feel it.
There's a lot of things that they'll be feeling tomorrow morning, or maybe even Monday morning.
Yep.
But won't be feeling here today because everything's going on so well. As it'll be played back out. There's a shot that will be around. That was missed by Jamison Honkamp. As it'll be played back out. And here is Logan Bortnum for Zach Struck. Carson Clark now has it. And it will be at the blue line, be flipped up. And it'll be played back around. Here is now Ike Johnson. Played in from Campanto. Johnson will play it back around. And Zach Struck will try and get it out of the board, off the boards and out of the zone. He does. He's trying to kick it along, but it came back in from Sioux Falls. It'll be played back around again. Kate Edwards now has it. And Edwards will turn. His pass gets intercepted off of Jeldon. Now Jeldon trying to take the puck. Max Jeldon behind the nets. And Jeldon now back for Talon Richter. He's off for a change as Jeldon. Kate Edwards will try and reverse the way it came from. Zach Vockler. His pass will finally meet Carson Clark. But again, Sioux Falls 2 being frustrated right now with 12:35 to go in the third period. They can't get anything going offensively. They've gotten one shot so far. Brookings has not gotten a shot quite yet in this third period, but Sioux Falls 2 only one shot in this third period. Here is a chance on the near side boards for Jorgen Corey to take it. And now Corey behind his own net. He'll flip one out of the zone and up for Vockler. And a pass goes over for Moore. And here is Max Moore in. Moore trying to turn with it. He gets pushed off by Talon Richter. And it'll be played back again and out of the zone. Eberspacher overskated the puck, but now he'll pass it over and it went off of his skates. And Max Moore will retrieve it, almost overskated that puck again. And then Moore, a huge collision between Moore and Honkamp. I don't think either one of them saw each other coming.
Nope, not a check. That was a collision.
And Honkamp was a little slow to get on the bench. He's hunched over a little bit on the bench as it goes all the way down, not an icing. As Max Moore. He'll be played over here for Eberspacher. And he'll lose the puck to Jeldon. And carrying it in is come Bortnum. And Logan Bortnum will turn with it. He couldn't get that pass in front. Anthony Vollen up and out for Perdames. Here's Corey Perdames. He'll throw it in the zone. Cade Brecker will tee it up. Vollen will try and get behind the net. He'll get to it first. Vollen, he had Perdames over. The pass goes to Perdames, but just past his stick. There's another one thrown towards the net that went wide. Throw it again, and that one goes off the side of the net. Boy, Brecker almost missed that one. And I think the net is off its mooring, so we get a whistle with 10:54 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, I think you're right. Brecker did miss that one, and he had his foot in the right spot, though, and anything outside of that was going to go across the net. But he was a little late to respond to it.
Deb Stadley sent me an email saying that her favorite player is her nephew, Andy Gordon, from the Hawaii Capitals.
All right.
They live in Sioux Falls, though, but they've been watching Andy since he was 4 years old playing hockey. Pass comes out for Cade Edwards at the blue line. That shot goes wide. as we welcome Jeff Anderson back to the
I was
broadcast.
talking Gopher hockey with a guy right behind me had a Gopher mask on.
I can't believe you came back.
Here's Edwards with a shot. I mean, nobody
I
would have
was
known.
tempted
There's
not
a backhand shot and a save made by Brecker. I gotta say, nobody would have known that you left the broadcast, but I had to throw that out there.
Well, and Jeff has a real weakness, and it's Gopher hockey. It's a bit of a disease, I think.
Do you say that unbiasedly as a Wisconsin fan?
Yeah.
Face-off will be played here by the Brookings Rangers. Batted out of the air, batted out to the neutral zone by Hershoff, will be punched back in by the Sioux Falls 2, where it will be Jacob Drew. He'll take a check as he threw it down, but it was too far on the red line, and it will be an icing.
But notice, during the course of the year when Jim and I are working, and even in the state tournament, we don't talk basketball, we talk hockey.
That's
this
right.
is a hockey broadcast.
Jeff won't let me say the B word.
I will let you. Wait, okay, never mind. Bachler with a shot that goes off of Brecker on the face-off win. Played up, and here is now Jack Sievert. And again, there's that music still playing, my pet peeve of hockey.
Pet peeve of hockey.
It won't be icing again. And just as they stop the music, they get an icing call.
Everybody's learning a little bit about us on this game.
10 left to go in the third period. People are going to be coming up to me just playing music right in front of my ear during a hockey game next time.
Well, this gentleman that I had on, he had about 5 or 6 people that went to the University of Minnesota. So he said, I had all these people that went plus my bank account.
As it'll be played across. Eberspacher now has it. It'll be played across and then thrown towards the net. That was by Nick Lohr. And it went just wide. Comes out in front. Back to Eberspacher at the point. He'll walk it across the line, but the shot is blocked. And now here's a chance for Brookings to go the other way. And Ike Johnson, the defenseman, steps up. He'll pass it over for Hershoff. Just let him a little bit too far. He had to slow down and go off angle to get that pass. There's a big check around the boards. Nearly could have been a boarding call. There's a shot, save made! And the rebound was loose, but was not tucked in by the Rangers. Eberspacher back, he lost the puck again. The Rangers are going to make a change while in the attacking end. This is not the period of the long change. This is the third period here where you got to go back to your defensive end to make that change. There's Anthony Vollen. He is late on a shift. Boy, he is hunched over, gasping for air, trying to get over to the bench. Jack Sievert plays it up the boards. And it'll be played back around. Up. Here's a chance as Perdames will throw it in. And Alec Rice will play it across. Josh Peterson with a shot. That was a bouncing puck that just went wide of Brecker. Thrown back towards the net, but it went off of a skate, and then Peterson couldn't settle it. Josh Peterson for Sioux Falls, too. Couldn't settle it as it was going to be trying to be thrown back in by Moore, but carried in by Corey. Corey's along this top line with Max Moore and Zach Vockler. The offense is going to be moving a lot more for Sioux Falls, too. That's 8:33 to go. 8:30 to go. It's a 3-0 lead for Brookings. Sioux Falls has got to get a goal here shortly. They've got to get a lot of goals here shortly. Zach Vockler has it from his own end. He'll bring speed in the zone, but a good stick there from Ike Johnson. It should be from Alec Rice. And we played back around. And it'll be in the corner. And back up for Owen Schneider. And Owen Schneider had it. He gets knocked to the ice. Still had to stick to it, but he couldn't play it farther across. But the pass will come up for Hershoff. And Breck Hershoff in. That shot and a save made by Flanagan. Hit him square in the breadbasket. And no cover for the whistle with 7:56 to go here in the third period.
You're right, John. Sioux Falls needs a goal. They've had some really nice opportunities, but they need to find the back of the net here real soon if they're going to have any chance to catch up to Brookings.
28-14 in shots. Sioux Falls has gotten 3 so far here in the third period. That puck came all the way on net. And it'll be played back around. And it'll be thrown back behind the net. There's a shot and a save made by Flanagan. And here's now a chance for John Matheson. Here's a turnover, a shot off the crossbar. Brookings was that close to making it 4-0. That was in front from Ashton Whitty. Hershoff will take the puck. His pass over for Richter. And Talon Richter, he'll play it back around, but it will be played and out by Dom Skolten. He hasn't been on the ice much. He hasn't been on the ice really at all tonight for Sioux Falls, too, because they haven't had a power play. Here is now Alec Rice with a shot, and that one's blockered aside by Flanagan to the corner. There's another chance, another blocker save made by Flanagan. That came from Jeldon. And Jack Sievert carries it to the neutral zone and in from Dom Skolden. That backhand chance, that one was blocked up. And we played back around. Sievert trying to get it over for Skolden, but it'll be played back across. A couple of defensemen will change. Josh Peterson will be played over for Cade Edwards. And now Peterson again. Hard around the boards looking for Skolden. That's popped up. Glove down by Skolden. Plays it with a stick over for Cam Ponto. And Ponto couldn't get it in. And then the delayed offside will be as Sioux Falls 2 tags back up with 6:20 to go here in the third period. Times are racing here from Sioux Falls 2 if they want a chance to get back and play for a state championship. Flanagan will tee it up. Kicks it forward for Cade Edwards. Pass goes over off the skates of Perdames, and it's thrown in. Excuse me, by Perdames, went off of Vollen. And there's a Sioux Falls player that gets upended, but turned over. Perdames couldn't get a shot away. And it's going to be taken the other way by the Brookings Rangers and Ashton Whitty. Greg Hershoff will race in the zone. He gets thrown to the boards by Edwards. 5:45 left to go here in the third period. Here is now Vollen. He'll get around one man, 2-on-2 coming the other way. Vollen carries it in. His shot gets blocked up again. Brookings is so good defensively blocking shots. Hershoff carries it in. His shot gets off of a stick. Back over for Flanagan to cover for a whistle with 5:28 to go here in the third period. A 3-0 lead for the Brookings Rangers.
No one has scored on the Rangers so far in this tournament.
Yeah, the Brookings just doesn't give you anything.
No.
You have to work for it. You need a little luck. But, boy, they just don't hand you anything.
31-14 in shots. Rangers have outshot so far 5-3 in this third period. Rangers don't need to shoot the puck that much anymore. They're up 3-0. Their good defense can carry them to the finish line. And carry them to the state championship tomorrow against the Rushmore Thunder, which will be the 1-versus-3 matchup. Here's a chance for Sioux Falls 2 trying to get out of their zone. Flipped up by Corey. It comes out. Here's Max Moore. His pass goes over for Eberspacher. And Eberspacher is in. His shot, and that one went wide of Brecker. Might have been off the pads of Brecker either. But now Corey gets checked off the puck. As Zach struck from his own end, will play it up forward, and now 2-on-2 coming the other way. Pass for Schneider goes off of his stick. Eberspacher couldn't clear the zone. Now it's on the backhand, and a turn pass in front for Schneider, but he was trying to lean back to get the puck and fell to the ice. Here's Vockler racing again, and Vockler couldn't get a shot away. And the Brookings faithful love the defensive effort that they've had from this team here this evening. As it's played back up and thrown in from Richter, and he is hit hard, and a penalty's coming up to Sioux Falls 2. And that's the last thing that you wanted was to get a penalty. Interference is called. Max Moore knew it as soon as he hit him.
Yeah. He just went right over to the box.
Yeah.
And Richter was right on the blue line, and he looked at the referee right away, and the hand was already up.
Richter went one way, and his stick went the other.
So the third power play upcoming for Brookings. They're 0 for 2 so far, but with 4:17 left to go, the last thing you want to do is go shorthanded against Brookings.
Makes it worse.
When you're trying to score 3 times, there's a shot from Jeldon, gets knocked down. That might have been off the stick of one of the Brookings Rangers players. And now the Rangers back from their own end as Logan Bortnum will bring it in. Bortnum from the slot, the shot gets knocked down. Koenig tried to stick it in but couldn't. Good job there by Flanagan. His pass were going left and right, trying to figure out where that puck was bouncing to. Pass goes over for Bortnum, and it will be carried in here for Wes Koenig. And Wes Koenig will play it up. Bortnum. And Bortnum will lift the stick of Perdames to keep it in the zone. Pass goes across. And here is Whitty walking in. His pass looking for maybe a one-timer for Bortnum. Comes back to the front. That's off of a stick, and it'll go all the way down as the Rangers. And they will touch it up with a high stick. So it'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for the Sioux Falls Flyers. With 3:22 left to go here in the third period. So, with only 1:06 left to go in the power play, but only 3:22 left to go in the third period, Sioux Falls, too, has got to throw everything in the net. I would assume that once they kill this penalty off, that they will probably be emptying the net because they got to score 3 times.
They're going to have to.
If they want a chance to play for a state championship, that's what they're going to have. They're going to have to go 6-on-5 for the last 2 minutes of the game.
You need a goal a minute right now if you're Sioux Falls.
That pass goes to the front, and Zach Struck couldn't get the one-timer to stuff in the empty net. Here's Zach Vockler. And Vockler carries it in. Vockler trying to get a shorthanded shot, but that one got off of a stick and went wide from Alec Rice. And by wide, it went all the way in the corner instead of towards the net.
Ryan Flanagan acts like he's a little bit shaken up back there.
He's got his hand over the crossbar. I don't know if he's just a little bit too tired. Here's a penalty coming up again by Sioux Falls, too. Here's Alec Rice. His shot, and that one was redirected. Flanagan's way out of his crease, but Richter now has it. And a tie up, and we will get a whistle. And Corey was trying to throw a big check on Richter as well. So we get a whistle.
Sioux Falls teammate helping to separate everybody.
Oh, yeah, quickly.
Yep.
Let cooler heads prevail.
A rough is called. And who was the rough on? I believe it's going to be on Eberspacher. With 2:28 to go, that pretty much puts Sioux Falls shorthanded the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And a 5-on-3 for 12 seconds.
And this is not the team you want to be down 5-3 on.
Brookings just skates so well, and there's pressure everywhere on the ice at all times. Never a free puck, never a free moment. It looks like we're going to have a timeout here
I think Brookings took the timeout. Yeah,
I think
Brookings
they did too.
Yeah, they took the timeout and maybe talk about how they want to handle the last 2:22 of this third period.
And Flanagan's going to have to stay. They certainly can't pull their goalie, I wouldn't think, unless they get real deep into the Brookings zone for just a little bit. But even if you put an extra guy on, you're still going to be a guy down, at least for 12 seconds.
The Sioux Falls fans, the student section is trying to cheer right in front of the Brookings, right behind the Brookings bench to distract them, and so they couldn't hear the coach. But I bet you there's not a whole lot of outside noise coming to these players right now. They probably saw the crowd. They probably enjoyed the crowd at the beginning of the game, but that was it. I think after that, I don't think they realized how big this crowd was and how awesome this atmosphere was tonight. This was a great atmosphere for both the state semifinal games. And I can't wait to see what this atmosphere is tomorrow afternoon for the state championship.
Coach Kirchville looks like he's limping a little bit, John. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did see that. He was limping pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if it's something that happened during the game or you never know.
So here is Brock Malwitz to win the faceoff. It'll be out of the zone. It's 5-on-3 for another 5 seconds. Cade Edwards, he can throw it all the way down. He does. There isn't going to be no icing, but it's now 5-on-4 for a minute 45 with 2:13 to play here in the third period. Here's Jeldon. He'll start to get some speed. Jeldon will carry it in. Jeldon looking for a shot. Didn't get a shot. He got knocked out, and it'll be cleared by Sioux Falls. And they've got to try and get possession here. It's 5-on-4, but they got to get possession, which is hard to do shorthanded against Brookings. And Brookings will waste time. They'll make Campanto come after him behind the net. Almost turned it over, did Ike Johnson. He played back around Cade Edwards. He'll throw it down again with 1:37 to go. And Brookings is completely okay with them doing that.
Oh, yeah. Time's in their favor.
Yeah, pass up for Max Jeldon. There's less than 90 seconds left to go. Some of the fans are heading for the exit as the Brookings Rangers look like they are going to be the team that's going to go to the state championship against Rushmore tomorrow afternoon.
And Brookings really can retreat right now. If they don't feel any pressure, they can just play a little catch.
So now here is Jameson Honkamp. Honkamp plays it back for Zach Struck. And they're in the final minute. 3-0 lead. Yeah, the Rangers, they're going to get 2 shutouts without a goal, unless there's a goal scored here in the last 50 seconds. As Flanagan stays in net with 45 to go. Edwards has it again. Brookings Rangers fans to their feet. They know that this team's about to be in the state championship. And here is now Alec Rice to play it across. And it'll be played back again for Alec Rice with 30 seconds left to go. Rangers are 0 for on the power play. And now it's back to 5-on-5. Here's Rice. He'll throw it around the boards. Be played up. 16 seconds left to go. Kate Edwards throws it back in the corner. The final 10 seconds. Rangers. It took them a period to get that first goal, but they scored 3 in the second period. And they are on their way to the state championship as they beat Sioux Falls 3-0. And shut out both teams to advance to the state championship to face the Rushmore Thunder tomorrow afternoon. Sioux Falls will now head to the third place game, and they'll face the Hawaii Capitals. That game's at 2:35. The state championship will be at 5:35. Excuse me. Let me take that back. Third place game's at 12:35 tomorrow. Right. And the championship game's at 3:35 tomorrow. I was thinking about the times we were going to be leaving. No, I'm just kidding. 3:35 is the championship tomorrow afternoon. The third place game is at 12:35 as the Rangers and Rushmore Thunder will play in the state championship. 3-0 our final score. We come back to wrap up day number 2. You're listening to the state tournament on Capital City Rock, CapitalCityRock.com, 1480 KSTR, on KBRK, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hello, hockey fans. First National Bank is excited to sponsor the 2021 Varsity Hockey State Tournament. Good luck to all the talented players, and a special shout out to our hometown team, the Hawaii Capitals. At First National Bank, we're always on your team and ready with the assist to reach your financial goals. Check us out at firstnationalbanks.com or at First National BNK on Facebook. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota equipment, like versatile #1 selling Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, Z Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Hey, this is Chris Busher, driver of the number 17 Fastenal Ford. Are you looking for ways to move your business forward faster? Fastenal can help with solutions to bring speed and efficiency to your supply chain. Get the best industrial brands, names like Milwaukee, MCR, and Kimberly-Clark Professional, in ways that minimize stockouts, total cost of ownership, and inventory on hand. From industrial vending to automated bins, Fastenal has a supply solution to move the needle on your business goals.
We are back here at the Shields Iceplex as we have finished day number 2, and the bracket is completely set as the state championship is going to be the Brookings Rangers and the Rushmore Thunder. Guys, John Wickler alongside Jeff Anderson and Jim Lloyd. And Jeff, that was four really good games today.
We really did have 4 really good games, and scores were pretty indicative of how good the games were. Of course, you look at the Huron and Sioux Center game. Sioux Center was blowing them out really 7-1. Huron came back with running time and made it a 7-6 score at one point, and then of course they ended up losing 8-6. So Sioux Center moves into the course consolation championship. Sioux Falls 1 beat Watertown 2-1, though neither team scored until 8:49 to go in the third period of that game. So Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Center play for the Consolation Championship. Owyhee and Rushmore's tonight went 2 overtimes, 5-4. Rushmore's win it. They actually sweep Owyhee this year. So the Rushmore's in the third place, or I should say the championship game against Brookings that wins 3-0 over Sioux Falls 2. Brookings, of course, won 7-0 over Watertown. Nobody has scored on these guys the last 2 games. So Owyhee and Sioux Falls 2 meet for the third place game. That'll be at 12:35 tomorrow. And then Brookings and Rushmore's play after that. Another great day of hockey, another great crowd here at the Iceplex, the Shields Iceplex. They did a great job of putting it on for 2 days. Now we look forward to moving over to the Denny tomorrow and see how things turn out there.
Yep, and we will all still be on here on Capital City Rock on 1480 KSDR. The championship game will also be on KBRK and Brookings, and all the games will still be available to watch on Capital City Rock Sports. So we're looking forward to day number 3. We're looking forward to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. 6 teams of the 8 get a chance to play in that Denny Sanford Premier Center. We'll start with Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Center. I'm I'm excited for day number 3. I'm excited to wrap up the entire season. I hate to see the seasons coming to an end. We're just 1 day away from the year coming to an end, but this has been a fun year, and we're not quite done yet, but this has been a fun first 2 days of the tournament.
Well, that's true. We will wrap things up tomorrow, but then that means on Monday we start looking forward to the next year already.
Well, I got to start looking forward to baseball.
Baseball it is.
Yeah, baseball is only now 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away from starting. Less than 3 weeks away now from starting.
And that's a long season.
Yeah, that's a long season. Of course, if you're a baseball fan of the Pierre Governor High School baseball team, or if you just want to listen to baseball too, you can go to today's KCCR for todayskccr.com to watch or listen to those games, in KCCR Sports to watch those baseball games. We'll have those all available. So
that's only about 80 games he does this summer.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal.
4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And you wonder why John's single.
I got nothing to say that one.
I wouldn't either.
3-0 is our final score. I'm just not even going to mention that. 3-0 is our final score here as the Rangers, they beat Sioux Falls 2 to advance to the state championship. And of course, you just heard Jeff Anderson talk about the game for tomorrow. And guys, I think all 3 of those games have a potential to be some really fun games.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think they're great matchups.
They sure do. When we go over to the Denny, it's going to be neat to see neutral ice for all these kids. Going to be a new venue for all of them, new venue for us. It's going to be exciting championship Sunday.
Yeah, and of course, we've been talking about it, or they've been talking about in the PA. Set your clocks forward tonight.
Yeah.
Most people, most kids, they don't have a clock. Their phone does it for them. They don't have to worry about it. They go, what's the clock?
Yeah.
But that is something. We'll be on the air at 9:35, but it will be more like 8:35 if you don't set your clocks forward. As we are sitting at 9 o'clock right now, it's basically 10 o'clock if you're thinking about it and you need to go to bed here soon. We need to go to bed here soon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been a long haul today.
It has been a long haul, but it was fun 4 games. We saw those that first game looked like it was going to be a blowout. It was 7-1 for the Sioux Center Storm. Went all the way back to 7-6, and then it was 8-6 as the Sioux Center Storm beat the Huron All-Stars. And then it was a 2-1 win for Sioux Falls 1, who nobody scored until the final 10 minutes of that game to advance to the Constellation Championship. Then we saw our first, and right now our only overtime game. We got 3 games left to go to get another overtime opportunity, but Rushmore beat the Hawaii Capitals in double overtime, 5-4. And then we just saw this game, which was 3-0 here for the Brookings Rangers over the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers, as Brookings has 2 shutouts on their way to the state championship game.
When it's 1-0 at one point, you feel like the other team has a chance. When it gets to about 2-0, you go, well, so much for that game.
Especially against Brookings.
Yeah.
They're the number 1 seed in this thing, and they went through this tournament in dominating fashion. They really did. They kind of just did their thing, and they're hard to score on. They pressure you everywhere, and you just can't really get anything going. You just can't play your game against Brookings, and nobody does it better than Brookings. So it's going to be fun to see them play a really good team, which is the Rushmore.
It should be interesting.
That Rushmore Thunder team, they're one of the 2 teams that beat the Brookings Rangers this year. They're the only team that beat them in regulation. The Caps won in overtime against Brookings. But Rushmore split the 2-game set with the Rangers, and that might be. We'll have to go back to look at the stats on Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Center if one of the two teams won both those games or not, because the Caps, they beat Sioux Falls 2 in both their games. So we might see just one matchup all tournament time where a team split against each other.
Yeah.
Which is odd to see that point.
You can't predict that.
But all games have been good. It's not one-sided. I mean, of course, all the teams that were 2-0 against the other ones won, but they weren't all predictable to say, oh yeah, this team's definitely going to win.
Well, and if you look at all the scores we had a couple of games yesterday, 8-1, 8-2, which sounded like they weren't that great of games, but it didn't turn out to be that way, really. They were much better games than the final score would indicate.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Huron, they lost 2-1 to the Capitals, but they were up 2-1 in the game and ended up losing. And then Sioux Center, they were down just 2-1, ended up losing 8-1 as well. So yeah, that was all the final scores outside of the games that were 2-1 and 8-6 and 5-4 in overtime don't really indicate how close those games were.
When you get to a situation like this and the state tournament, the 4 people we had playing, the 4 teams playing in the semis this afternoon and tonight, there's not a great deal of difference between any of these 4 teams. It comes down to breaks, comes down to penalties, some weird things that might happen, that type of thing. But really, there's not that much separation. I think you can say that as far as the league is concerned. You probably have 4, maybe even 6 or 7 teams. But then there's a big drop-off, and those teams that are toward the bottom of tier, if you will, of the league need to get bring it up to the rest of the league right now. There's a little separation there.
And those are typically the small teams.
Yeah.
The teams that run 2 lines but can't quite get that 3rd line put together, and that's sometimes the difference. In this league anymore, the boys varsity, you have to have depth. That's how you
it's a numbers game.
Yep, that's how you carry yourself to the top of the league, is you have to have numbers, you have to have depth. And, of course, a goaltender.
Well,
you got to have some good goaltenders.
But when we talk about numbers and depth, we're talking way down to the Pee-wee ranks in a sense, all the way up.
Yeah.
Going through all the way.
And that's the big thing, too. If you've been watching hockey this weekend or if you've been here to watch these games at any point and you have some small kids, hopefully you're bringing them around the game to get them started skating. Because if they're – and I don't want to say that just because they're older they can't play. If a kid wants to go play hockey, absolutely go play hockey. But – that's where it starts. It starts in the Pee Wee level because hockey is a sport where it's hard. You can play baseball and basketball and football. You can put them out there after not playing for so many years. But hockey, you want to start right away to get them used to being on skates all the time.
Well, when I was in northern Minnesota, I go out to the rink. My wife and I go. We didn't have kids. That was before kids. And you go to the rink, and they'd have kids that could barely stand up, be on skates.
Yeah.
And they could skate around me backwards faster than I go forwards. But that's the age to get them at.
Yeah, it's so important. And I always say, unlike other sports, hockey, you have to teach the athletes to move. Of course, they have to skate. Every kid that goes out for football knows how to run. Every kid that goes out for baseball can get where they need to be. Hockey, you can't teach the game of hockey. You can't do anything with hockey until they move. Doesn't do any good for a coach to say, okay, you have to be here, you have to be here, and you have to be here. Well, they can't skate. They can't be where you want them to be.
Exactly.
So that's the real beauty of what hockey is as far as athletics. They can't move until a certain age. They just can't even move.
Yeah.
So start them early. You have to start them early. And if you do one thing, as a veteran parent of a couple kids already, teach them how to skate.
Yeah.
You can't shoot if you can't skate. You can't do any of the fundamentals of the game if you can't skate. Teach them how to skate.
And
that's
backwards as well.
Forward, backwards doesn't make any difference.
And that's what I love about a lot of these associations, probably all of them, is they do the free learn how to skate.
Yeah.
Free to teach how to skate everything, and that's how the game grows. And hopefully what we see this weekend and all the people that have been here for those 2 state semifinal games, that is that's a great sign for what's to come for the state of hockey here in South Dakota.
There's a lot of interest.
Yeah, and the interest
great.
continues to grow, and that's everything that what you want. You love to see these smaller teams get to the chance to have 3 to 4 lines because there's so many kids that want to play, and then they get to a point where everybody where they have to play them. I mean, where they're all so good that you play 3 to 4 lines.
How long does it take my little tyke to learn how to skate? You know what I tell him?
I have no idea.
3 hours. Go to 3 open skates, let them fall, pick them up about the first 10 times, let them get them up after that, and they'll skate. If you don't believe me, just try it. I've helped a lot of little kids skate, and 3 hours. They will learn how to skate. You can't believe how they learn how to skate. And the biggest key is not skating and moving. They have to learn how to get up. When they fall, they got to get up. And as soon as they can do that, you won't know where they're at on the ice.
Maybe I'll have to take you with me cross-country skiing so you can help me get up.
Yeah. That's the key.
We do have 3 games for you tomorrow. Jeff will not start his cross-country skiing quite yet because he'll be with us tomorrow along with Jim Lloyd, as we'll have those 3 games for you tomorrow morning starting at 9:35. The first broadcast will be at 9:35. We'll be on the air around 9:20ish as they will take it. Will be Sioux Falls 1 and Sioux Center. And then the second game, the third place game, at 12:35 will be the Hawaii Capitals taking on the Sioux Falls 2 Flyers. And then the championship game at 3:35 is Brookings against the Rushmore Thunder. It feels a little weird to be talking here without any sound going around.
Yeah, it's quiet in here now.
It is very, very quiet, and it's a little eerie quiet. We have the noise that came around this building was so much fun. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like at the Denny Sanford, because I would think that there's probably people, especially from Brookings, because it's a short drive. Rushmore probably get the people that they're going to have here. They're probably not going to have any more. But there's going to be other people that are going to be coming to that state championship game, and they probably didn't come tonight because they were letting other people go, and now there's much more. There's many more seats to have, and that's going to be fun to see how packed that Denny Sanford place can be, especially with high school hockey, and obviously COVID and everything else. But with high school hockey, how well we can get everybody in the Denny Sanford Premier Center.
I don't think there's any limitations tomorrow as far as the crowd's concerned, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, and there's two sections that, two different sections, the 100 and 200 sections that you can sit at. Most likely, I don't know exactly, but we'll be on the air again tomorrow. 9:35 will be the first game of the day. We'll be on the air about 9:20. Then we'll have the third place game at 12:35 and the championship game at 3:35. As the 3 games, the 6 teams have all made their spot into the Denny Sanford Premier Center, and we will be there tomorrow. Been a fun day.
For Nick back in Watertown, Monday night, we're going to meet at the Reek. I'm going to teach you how to skate.
Oh, there we go.
Guy back on the board, he thinks he can't learn how to skate.
He doesn't think that Jeff can learn how to skate? I'd love to see some video. Send me some video.
I do have home movies of when I learned how to skate.
Well, with that, we will be back tomorrow morning. Again, don't forget your set your clocks. Yeah, don't forget to set your clocks forward in an hour, as we'll be back on the air at 9:20 tomorrow morning for the first game of 3, as we will have the 3 for 5th place, 3rd place, and championship games for you, all on our stations on Capital City Rock on 1480 KSDR. If you're listening on KBRK, the championship game will be tomorrow, and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, as we say so long from the Shields Iceplex.
You've been listening to the 2021 Boys State Hockey Tournament. State Hockey Tournament coverage is brought to you by First National Bank, Envirotech, Taco John's, and Xander Auto Parts. State Tournament Hockey is also brought to you by Fisher Rounds, Kubota, Dakota Land, The Clubhouse in Pier, Weatherall, and Hermanson Endodontics. State Tournament Hockey is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Fastenal, Tickled Pink, The Shields Iceplex, Midwest Hockey TV, and Grey Goose Store and Social Club. And also by Leisure Palace Pools and Spa, Reliabank, Pelican Power Sports, Pizza Ranch, and Sunmasters. Your home for the Oahe Capitals is Capital City Rock and CapitalCityRock.com. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.